Sandy? Are you Sandy?
I really was sorry. You know, I ran to the room that has the router,
Right.
and the convector in the room was going. So I had to locate in a different place. It was traumatic.
We cannot hear you, Susan. You are muted. Susan Miller?
I just unmuted you, Susan.
All right, wait a minute.
You're now unmuted.
I don't have a second.
Can you hear?
Do we have enough people? It's 4:30.
We have
have your
8
number.
on here. I imagine we have 2 in space. Jeffrey?
Let's check. Oops. We have plenty in the joining us over live stream and Facebook Live. There's 4 on Facebook, and I haven't opened up live stream yet, but usually 3 or 4 there.
Exciting. And
Actually, could I do Mariv? Because I have my grandfather's yahrzeit tonight and tomorrow.
Okay. Susan, you have something?
Susan and I are going to figure this out. We'll get back to you.
Okay. Whose turn is it to daven mincha?
Ruth Ann?
But you have to unmute yourself, Ruth Ann.
Well, I got unmuted.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Marvin, how are you, sir? You okay? It's wonderful to see you. Welcome. Shabbos to you. Phyllis and Lewis. Is this Friedman?
Thank you very much.
Yes, it is. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. And we begin on page 558.
Okay, Sandy, you'll be my responder, please.
Sure.
If you get your sitter open, is it?
It is.
Ashrei yeshvei beitecha, od yehallelucha selah.
Ashrei ha'am shekachalo, Ashrei ha'am shadonai Elohav.
Tehillah David, I remember Elohai HaMelech, Bravacha Shimcha Le'olam Va'ed.
V'chol yom avarchecha, v'ala shimcha le'olam va'ed.
Ado Adonai Malamed, V'ligdala Tewen Cheker.
Dor l'dor shabach ma'asecha, guretecha yagidu.
Hadar Kevod Hodecha, V'divrei Niflotecha Asicha.
Ezuz neretecha yameru, dulatcha saprena.
Zecher Rab Tuvacha Yabi, V'tzidkatecha Yiraneinu.
Chanun v'rachum Adonai, erech hapai mukdal chesed.
Tevananai Lako, V'racham Abal Kol Masav.
Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yevarchucha.
Kavod Malchutecha Yameru, Ugaviratecha Yadaberu.
L'hodia livnei ha'adam gevurotav, v'chavod hadar malchuto.
Malchutecha Malchut Kolamim, Memshaltecha B'chol Dor V'Ador.
So mech Adonai l'chol haneflim, v'zokef l'chol hakfufim.
Einecha Lecha Yisaberu, V'yata Noten Lehem Et Ochlam B'Yitav.
Hoteach et yadecha, maspia l'chol chayratzon.
Adikan B'chol Deracha, V'chasid B'chol Masav.
Karov Adonai l'chol kara, v'chol asher yikra'u v'emet.
Return Yerev Yasev, V'yet Shavatam Yishma V'Yoshem.
Shomer Adonai et kol ohava, be'et kol harshayim yashmi.
V'hilad Adonai Adaber Pivi, V'reika Basar Shem Koshol Yolam V'Hed.
Anachnu nevarech Yah, me'ata v'ad olam hallelujah.
Anachnu nevarech Yah, me'ata v'ad olam hallelujah. Uva Litzion. V'yivdechu v'cha yodei shemecha, ki lo azabta dereshech Adonai, Adonai chafetz lema'an tzidko, yagdil terav yahadir. Yitadav yikadash me rabah.
Amen.
Yama dibra chirute, yamlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yamechon, v'chayerecho beit Yisrael. V'agalav izman kariv yimaru, amen.
Amen. Yeshme
Yesh
Rabba.
me rabba me barak le'olam olam ne'amaya. Yet barak v'yish tabak v'yit par v'yit ramam v'yit naseh v'yit hadar v'yit halev v'yit halal shmei dekudusha v'rechu le'lamin kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran b'yamaha v'yimeru amen.
We continue with Sefer Torah service, page 566, Kimitzion.
Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, v'davar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch Shanatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shanatan Torah Torah, Lamo Yisrael, B'Kedushato. Gadlu l'Adonai iti uneramima shemo yachtav. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod kicho b'shamayim u'v'haaretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlecha v'hatmitnaseh lecho l'resh. Ramimu, Ramimu, Adonai Eloheinu, V'hishtachabu, V'hishtachabu, Lahadam Raglab Kadeshu, Ramimu, Ramimu, Adonai Eloheinu, V'hishtachabu, V'hishtachabu, Lahar Kodsho, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. V'atem habekim Adonai Elohechem chayim kulchem hayom.
Beautiful. And tonight, we begin a new Torah scroll. We begin Sefer Shmot. And we are going to experience the national experience. We have become a people. And the beauty of the Torah here is that it adjusts in terms of the voice. If a person tells their own individual story, it sounds as a person telling a story. Here, we have the story of the people Israel. Even as individuals come and go within it, the voice that you hear is the voice of the people. And what that does in turn is it changes our own individual identity. We now, in a sense, cease to be individual persons in the universe. As we are in the book of Genesis, we now are members of a nation. And it's remarkable how successful that transition holds and how powerful and effective that transition impacts us. We think now and feel life and experience as a nation. Let me see. Susan, did you prepare any other readings? No? Okay. So let's ask who wants to read what. Ruthann, which one do you want to read? 1, 2, or 3? You'll do one.
I'll do number 3. I've done number 1 a zillion times.
Okay, a zillion times. And Sandy, which will you do? 1 or 2?
You're muted.
Number 2? Did you say number 2? I can't hear you because you're muted. Sorry.
I'm happy to do either one. I've done them both.
Okay. So I'll do number 1 and you'll do number 2. Good. In the bracha, Sandy, would you lead us in the bracha for the Torah reading?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen. Amen. Chapter 1, verse 1. ואלה שמות בני ישראל הבאים מצרימה את יעקב איש וביתו באו ראובן שמעון לוי ויהודה יששכר זבולון ובנימין דן ונפתלי גד ואשר ויהי כל נפש יוצאי ירח יעקב 70 נפש ויוסף היה במצרים וימות יוסף וכל אחיו וכל הדור ההוא ובני ישראל פרו וישרצו וירבו ויעצמו במאוד מאוד ותמלא הארץ אותם. Jeffrey, please.
These are the names of the sons of Israel who came to Egypt with Jacob, each coming with his household: Reuben, Shimon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. The total number of persons that were of Jacob's issue came to 70, Joseph being already in Egypt. Joseph died, and all his brothers, and all that generation. But the Israelites were fertile and prolific. They multiplied and increased very greatly, so that the land was filled with them.
Okay. Do we have a yard site this afternoon to be chanted? Yes? Sandy?
My grandfather's name is Falak. And
his parents?
it's sort of an open question. The immigration papers say Iliam and Mary, which
Do you trust them?
we understood that his name was Hillel. My brother was named after him,
So it's Falak ben Hillel?
we think.
Okay. Do we have any name for the mother?
All we have is Mary off the immigration paper.
Okay, so that would be Miriam. So it's Falak ben Hillel ben Miriam. Does anyone remember anything about this person?
My grandfather, I was 5 when he died. So I remember him as a big, jolly man. To a 5-year-old, he was very charming. That's,
Okay.
I have memories of a child.
I sense that there are some things you're withholding, but that's okay because we tell the stories that we do. Was he an immigrant or?
He was an immigrant. I've told this story before, Moshe, and you actually remember it. He was one of 3 brothers. Their parents had a small horse farm, and the Cossacks would come every year and
They
they'd
had
give
long
them
hair.
whatever.
Right.
And then the boys got to be of an age where they could be impressed into the service, and the parents bought them off with better horses. And the 3rd year that they were doing that particular routine, the chief of the cadres said to them, "Okay, this is the last year. Next year I'm coming back and I'm taking your children. And no horses are going to buy us off." And they didn't really have any other way to buy them off. It was either horses or nothing. And very quickly they got tickets for each of the boys. And my grandfather came to America. One brother went to Brazil and one brother went to Argentina.
And what happened to them in Brazil and Argentina?
They were in touch with my grandfather for a while.
And then they dropped off.
Well, or we did. I mean, my father didn't know any Spanish or Brazilian.
Right. Portuguese.
Yeah, that's the one.
Right.
So I don't know who to point
Yeah.
at that we lost contact, but we did.
You know, just that little bit is such a model, such a universe of the life that we had as Jews and how far we have come. Wow. Okay. Jerry, if you're looking for adventures in genealogy, I think we have a strong candidate here. I just see Spielberg shooting this scene where the Cossacks come streaming into the farm and dismounting and looking for. And what did he do here in America?
Well, he was looking for work. Basically, he came into New York. He had a relative in New York. I don't really know who that was. And he was in New York for a very brief time. And he said to the relative, I don't like this. It's not like the Ukraine, right? It's not like it was in Russia.
Am I frozen or are you frozen?
No, it appears to be Sandy. So we'll have to
Sandy.
continue this
All right.
story at a different time.
Here is the memorial prayer. המלאכים שוכן במרומים, המציא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר כי המזהירים את נשמת פולק בן הלל ומרים, שהלך לעולמו בגן עדן תהי מנוחתו. אנא ברחמים הסתירהו בסתר כנפיך לעולם אימוצו, בצרור החיים את נשמתו. אדוני הוא נחלתו, וינוע בשלום המשכבו, ונאמר amen. I guess that helps explain why Sandy liked Frisco Kid so much. The horses and the prairies and so forth. Okay, Sandy isn't here. So, Ruth Ann, why don't you do number 2, and if she comes back, she'll do number 3.
Vayaka melech hadash al Mitzrayim asher lo yada et Yosef vayomer el amel hinei aham b'nei Yisrael rabiatzum mimenu haba nitchak malo pen yirbe v'haya kitigran amilchama b'nosaf kam huwa sonenu b'nilcham banu b'ala min haaretz v'yasimu alav sarei mitzim lema'an anoto b'sivlotam v'yiben arei miskenot lefaro et pitam v'et ramses v'cha'asher ya'anu oto ken yirbeh v'chein yifrotz v'yakutzu mipnei b'nei Yisrael.
Beautiful, beautiful. Jeffrey, please.
A new king arose over Egypt who did not know Joseph. And he said to his people, look, the Israelite people are much too numerous for us. Let us deal shrewdly with them, so they may not increase. Otherwise, in the event of war, they may join our enemies in fighting against us and rise from the ground. So they set taskmasters taskmasters over them to oppress them with forced labor. And they built garrison cities for Pharaoh, Pitom, and Ramses. But the more they were oppressed, the more they increased and spread out, so that the Egyptians came to dread the Israelites.
All right. So we've got dread, we've got fear, we've got oppression, we've got systematic oppression, we have civilization oppressing the individuals. Very, very interesting. And of course, the rabbis point out when a new king arose in Egypt who didn't know Joseph, the rabbis point out that he actually quite knew well Joseph. He just pretended not to know him. Okay, you are back, Sandy Bieber. Would you please read the third Aliyah, verse 13?
Vidu Mitzrayim et bnei Yisrael befarech vayamaru et chayehem ba'avoda kasha b'chomer uvilvenim v'b'chol avoda basadeh et kol avodatam asher abdu vahem befarech Vayomer melech Mitzrayim lam yaldot ha'ibriot asher shem hachat shifra v'shem hashenit pua vayomer v'yaledechen et ha'ivriot or iten al ha'on ovnayim Im bein hu v'hamiten oto v'im bat hi v'chaya v'tirena ham yaldot et ha-Elohim v'lo asu ka'asher diber alehen melech Mitzrayim v'techayena et hayuladim.
Beautiful. Jeffrey, please.
The Egyptians ruthlessly imposed upon the Israelites the various labors that they made them perform. Ruthlessly, they made life bitter for them with harsh labor, had mortar and bricks, and with all sorts of tasks in the field. The king of Egypt spoke to the Hebrew midwives, one of whom was named Shiphrah and the other Puah, saying, When you deliver the Hebrew women, look at the birthing stool. If it is a boy, kill him. If it is a girl, let her live. The midwives, fearing God, did not do as the king of Egypt had told them. They let the boys live.
Truly, towering heroes who defy the system, who defy the government, who defy the horrible laws that Spence. Do we have another yahrzeit to observe?
For tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, Susan, who is
Naomi Botswafa.
and who is this person?
A very, very lovely woman who very quietly served her country and her community all her life, as well as her family.
So this is not family, this is just somebody that you know?
Yeah.
Can you tell us how she served the country and the family?
Well, she was in World War II and served under significant generals. And in terms of the community, she was truly a pillar of our synagogue in Washington. And, she very quietly just did whatever the community needed for her to do.
Wow.
In the hospital, in Shiva homes, in the religious school, et cetera.
A beautiful story. Has anyone written anything about her?
No, though I do believe that the Smithsonian has letters regarding her from the generals that she served in the military.
That'd be beautiful to put together a couple of pages to tell this wonderful, wonderful story. And her name again is?
Naomi Botswafa.
למעלה רחמים שוכין במרומים, אמצעי מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר רקיע מזהירים את נשמת נעמי בת צבפה שהלכה לעולמה, בגן עדן תהי מנוחתה. אנא ברחמים הסתיריה בסתר כנפיך לעולמים, וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתה. אדוני הוא נחלתה, ותנוע בשלום על משכבה, ונאמר אמן. What was her English name, Susan?
Sophie Sylvan.
Sophie Sylvan. Thank you. And did you ever meet her in person?
Sophie?
Yeah.
Oh, she was a very good friend. Very good.
Oh,
Very,
okay.
very lovely friend. Very
Well,
much.
thank you, Susan, so much. We're really intrigued and in deep admiration of this wonderful lady.
Patricia,
I'm
will
sorry.
will you make a memorial
Misha
for
Bera?
my, yes, no, a memorial for my
For?
teacher, Ruti
For
Batshau Kipnis.
One more time.
Ruth
But,
Batshau Kipnis Esther.
yeah.
She was buried this past week.
No, we said Misha Bera.
We did.
Show keepness. And what was her mother's name?
Esther.
המלאכים שוכן במרומים, אמצעי מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה, מעלות קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר רקיע מזהירים את נשמת רות בת שאול קיפנס
Esther.
ואסתר שהלכה לעולמה, בגן עדן תהי מנוחתה. אנא ברחמים הסתיריה בסתר כנפיך לעולמים, וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתה. אדוני הוא נחלתה, ותנוע בשלום במשכבה, ונאמר Amen. Sandy, would you share with us one memory of this wonderful person?
Yes. She was a marvelous teacher. She integrated Feldenkrais principles and took them a bit further. I first met her in 2003, and she was an astonishing influence in my life. The first class I took with her, we were doing some simple movement, fairly silly, quite quick. And at the end of it, she said, stand up, take stock. How do you feel now? And it was amazing how transformative it was, just simple movement for a short period of time with attention. And she looked at us and she said, think about what it is in your life that may keep you from going forward with this feeling. This is who you're capable of being.
Wow.
You can find it whenever you need it. And I think that has stayed with me as much as any lesson I ever took from anyone. So,
Beautiful. Thank you, Sandy. That was really very moving. Thank you. Okay, we continue with Seder Hachnasat HaTorah, page 570. Eitz Chaim.
Eitz Chaim hi lamachatikim ba v'tomcheha meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Kadesh, Kadesh Yameinu, Kadesh Yameinu Kekedem.
We continue Chatzi Kaddish 572.
Yitkadal v'yikadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yam adibrach irute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechan v'yamechan v'chayerecho beit Yisrael Bahagala v'zman korib v'meru amen.
Amen.
Yeshmei Rabba mevarach leolam olam elmaya yitbarach Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yiramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata dahamiran b'alma v'yimeru.
Amen. We continue with the Amidah on the inside back cover through 574 and the Kedusha concluding silently.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Nerah El Elyon Kamel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chastei Havot U'Mevi Goel Livnei B'neihem L'ma'an Shemo B'Ahavah Melech Hazer Poked Moshe Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Abraham V'Poked Sarah
Amen.
Gibor le'olam Adonai mechayim metim ata rav lehoshia mashiv haruach imerid hagashem mechalkel chayim bechetzed mechayim metim berachamim rabim samech noflim v'rofech olim umatir asurim v'mekayim emanatel shenei afar mechamel chabal gevurot umidem elah Melech Meimid Mechayeh Matzmiach Yeshua V'Ne'eman Torah HaChayet Metim Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaMetim.
Amen. קדש שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, הכתוב לנביאך וכעזר זה ואמר.
Yekadesh Shemcha Ba'alam Kishem Shemakdishim Ota Bishmei Marom Kakatuv Yad Nevi'echa V'Kara Zeh V'Amar
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלך כל הארץ כבודו, לעומתם, ברוך ימירו.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzivahot, Malach Haaretz Kevodo, Le'umatam, Baruch Yameru.
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו, ודברי קודשך כתוב לאמור.
Baruch Kavod Adonai, Mimkamo, B'direi Kodshecha, Katuv Le'mor.
ימלוך אדוני לעולם, לחייך ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה.
Yimloch Adonai Le'olam, Elohai Tzion L'Dor, Hallelujah. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך לנצח נצחים. קדושתך נקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו, מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. כי המלך גדול וקדוש אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
אמן. חדשים חייך, אדוני כי עמך ישראל. אחד בארץ תפארת גדולה ותהילך וקדושה. Yikada v'yikada shemei rabbah. אמן.
Yamad divrach yiritev yamlich malchute b'chayachon v'yemechon v'v'chayedecho beit Yisrael baralav yisman kariv yimeru.
אמן.
Ishmei Rabba Mevara Leolam Olam Elmaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitba'ar V'yitramam V'yitnatzeh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemeda Kudusha
ברכו.
Le'elam Minko Berchata V'shirata Tushbachata V'nachamata Damiran V'yalma V'imeru Amen.
אמן.
Ikabat Slotan Ubadahan Decha Yisrael Kadama Vahan Divishma V'imeru
אמן.
Yesh Lama Rabba Min Shemaya B'chayim Aleinu V'yalka Yisrael V'imeru Amen. Say Shalom B'Ramaha V'yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'yalka Yisrael V'imeru Amen. Aleinu L'shabeach L'adon HaKol L'tekedu L'aliter Breshit Shelo Hatzanetu Yeharanset V'lo Samanim Adama Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem V'Kaharaleinu Kechol Hamonam Anachnu Karim V'mishtachavim U'modim Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. כי המלכות שלך היא ולמעטים לך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We recall with love those who are still in our life, those who gave us life, those who shared life with us, whose yortzeit is today, Shabbat, the 18th of Tevet, January 2nd, 2021. The following names are listed in our perpetual memorials: Anna Baker, Jeffrey Bloomberg, Louis Davidoff, Melvin Fraden, Carl J. Fried, Sarah Goodman, William D. Jacobson, Rita Luntz Josephs, David Leon Kleiman, Harold Manikin, Morton Leon Pollack, Morris Prohavnik, Albert Rich, Rebecca Walters Rosenzweig, Jacob S. Sachs, Isaac Summers. Susan, would you please lead us in the Mourner's Kaddish? Jeffrey, do we have somebody else? Mourner's Kaddish, page 600.
Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Yalma divrach yerutei v'yamlich machutei. V'chayachon v'yamechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'zman kari v'yamru amen.
Amen.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha barecha. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran b'yama v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehi shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Thank you, Susan. Sandy, did you say you have a yortzeit you wanted to daven Maria for? Okay, you have to unmute. We turn to page 200.
Jeff, will you please do that?
Done.
Thank you.
We turn to page 200 for the Arvit for the end of Shabbat.
V'hurachim yechaper avam v'lo yashchit, v'hirba lahashiv apav v'lo ya'ir kol chamato. Adonai Hoshea Hamelch Yanenu b'yom koreinu. Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. El Chai v'Kayam Tamid Yimach Aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. Avat Elam Beit Yisrael. Va'avatcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Amen. Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavecha, b'chol nafshecha, b'chol meodecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi metzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shiftecha b'veitecha, v'lechtecha v'derech, v'shachbecha v'kumecha, v'kshartam liot al yadecha, v'hayu l'tertafot b'neinecha, uchtavtam, zizot beitecha v'sharecha, v'haya im shemo tishmeu sefer. Laman Yerbu Yemechem Vime Vinechem Al Hadama Asher Nishba Adonai Lavatechem Latek Lahem Kimei Hashamayim Al Haaretz Vayomer Adonai Al Moshe Lemor Daber El Bnei Yisrael V'amarta Alehem V'asu Lahem Tzitzit Al Kanfei Vigdehem L'Dorotam V'natnu Al Tzitzit Takanaf B'til Techelet V'haya Lachem L'Tzitzit Uritem Oto Uschartem Ekol Mitzvot Adonai V'asitem Otam V'lo Taturu Acharei Levavchem V'acharei Enechem Asher Atem Zonim Achareihem L'man Tizkaru V'asitem Et Kol Mitzvotai V'tem Kedoshim Le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Hotzeiti Etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet Emet V'emunah Kosev L'malchuto b'ratzon kiblu alehem Moshe v'nei Yisrael l'chanu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh Narati lo dosei fele Malchutcha ra'u v'necha b'kei hayam lifnei Moshe Ze'ili anu v'yamru Adonai yimloch l'olam va'ed V'ne'emar kifad Adonai Yaakov V'golo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
Sorry.
V'shmutzeitenu levoenu l'chaim al shalom me'atah v'yad olam. Baruch atah Adonai shever amo Yisrael la'ad. Baruch Adonai le'olam amen v'amen. Baruch Adonai Baruch Adonai bayom, Baruch Adonai balayla, Baruch Adonai b'shachleinu. Yamachud shelcha hi olamei atim lech b'chavod, ki en lanu melech ela ata, Baruch atah Adonai, hamelech b'chvedo tamid yimlech aleinu li'am va'ed v'al kol ma'asav.
Amen.
Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad
Amen.
yibrach li'rtei v'yamlich machutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayedu chol beit Yisrael, v'galav yizman kariv v'yimru amen.
Amen.
Yismei rabbah mavarach le'olam olamei amaya. Yitrach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha barichu
Oh,
le'olam min kol berachata v'shirata tishbachata v'nechamata damiram b'yoma v'yimru amen.
amen. We continue with the Amidah silently. And please remember on page 212 to include the paragraph at the top where we consecrate the transition from Shabbat to the weekdays.
Ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So, Kaddish Shalem.
Yep.
Yikarav Yikarashime Rabba.
Amen.
Yama Divrachli Retaviam Lichmachute Bachaychon of Yamechon of Chayercho Bet Yisrael. Pagalav Isman Karivi Maru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehishmei Rabbo Mavorach. Leolam Alom Maya.
Yitbarach.
Tabach V'Par V'Troma V'Naseh V'Hadar V'Talev V'Halal Shemei Kudisha.
V'yit-
Richu Leila Min Kol Berchata V'Shirata Tishbachata V'Nachamata Damriram Be'ama V'imaru. Amen. Tikabel Tzlod Hanavot Han D'Chol Yisrael Kadama V'Han Divishmaya V'imaru. Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chayim Aleinu V'Yachol Yisrael V'imaru. Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Mramav Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Yachol Yisrael V'imaru. Amen.
We turn to page 700 to a wonderful practice of Havdalah, which is very much like Kiddush. It is the act by which we mark distinct times of different quality and identity. And so we light the candle, the Havdalah candle, which has more than one wick, minimum 2, as many as you'd like. And we have a cup of wine with which to make a formal announcement of the transition. Savri ma'anan Rabbanan v'Gvirotai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei v'samim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei meorei ha'esh.
Amen.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam המבדיל בין קודש לחול, בין אור לחושך, בין ישראל לעמים, בין יום השביעי לששת ימי המעשה, ברוך אתה אדוני, המבדיל בין קודש לחול. מבדיל בין קודש לחול, חטאותינו יכול, זרענו וחשפנו ירבה כחול, הרוחבים בלילה, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, חגות תבוך, חגות תבוך, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב. אליהו הנביא, אליהו הנביא, אליהו, אליהו, אליהו הגלעדי, במהרה בימינו יבוא אלינו עם משיח בן דוד, עם משיח בן דוד, אליהו הנביא, אליהו התשבי, אליהו, אליהו, אליהו הגלעדי. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, ותהי גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו למשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. אוקיי, נקווה לכל לפניך אלוהינו יכרבי פולו ולכבוד שמך יכריתנו, תקבלו כולם את מלכותך ותמלוך עליהם מהרה לעולם ועד, כי המלכות שלך היא
U'omeyad timloch bechavod. Kakatuv b'toratecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad.
We recall with love and tenderness those who gave us life, those who lived life with us, who still inspire and protect and direct and inform our own lives, whose yahrzeit is Sunday, the 19th of Tevet, January 3rd, 2021. The following names are listed in our perpetual memorials at Chizuk Amuno: Rose Azriel, Mandy S. Edelstein, Abby M. Feustman, Tilly Hirschfeld, Isidore Jackman, Ethel S. Lapidus, Robert Orens, Lola J. Sachs, Daniel L. Schloss, Jack J. Smith, Sadie Bear Taylor. And I'm going to ask Nadia Masuda to please recite Mourner's Kaddish on page 226.
And one other, Sophie Silfen.
I'm sorry, and let me write this down so I have it. Sophie,
Silfen.
spell that last name, please.
Silfen.
Silne.
F is in Frank.
Right, Silf.
Fen.
Sophie. Well, interesting name.
Thank you.
How old was she when she died?
Oh, Sophie was 90 something.
She died at 97, 10 years ago.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you.
What do you know that, Jeffrey?
Check your email, by the way.
Everything.
Okay.
Will do. Nadia Masuda, please.
Excuse me,
recite the
Moshe,
Mourner's-
did you get my grandfather's name? Philip Bieber?
Philip, this is for Sunday?
Yeah, tonight and tomorrow.
Okay, excellent. No, I clearly did not. And we also recall Philip Bieber of blessed memory, grandfather of our own Sandy Bieber. Nadia, you ready?
I am.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Iskadal v'iskadal shemei rabba.
Amen.
בעלמא יברך יראותיהן, ימליק מלכותיהן, בחייכון ויומייכון, וחיי בכל בית ישראל, והגלה בזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן.
Amen. ישמע
שמי
רבה
רבה מברכנו לעולם היה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהדל, שמי קדושה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונעמתה, דאמירם בעלמא ואמרו אמן.
Amen.
יהי שלום הרבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו בכל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
Amen.
עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
Amen. Amen. Nadia, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramata Kadra.
Baruch Hashem. To all of us, please God, watch over us, keep us in good health, keep us under your right hand. And tomorrow morning at 9:30, and the memories of your grandfather, Sandy, and of your good friend, our friend, Susan, is in fact a blessing and a guidance to us all. Please be safe, be careful, and Godspeed, is that how they say it? I'm learning. Ruth Ann doesn't know for sure, but she'll take it. Well, Godspeed then. And Phyllis and Lois, do you have a yahrzeit, or you just came to be with us? You're going to keep it a secret?
No, we don't.
Oh. So, but you just came to join us and be with us. Well, we're
Yes.
delighted and honored to have you.